Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Market Signals Analysis from audusd. We had 2 weeks off, and I'm very happy to come back to continue analysis for everybody, so that everyone can extract some money from the markets. Today we will kickstart with the dollar index. As we see, dollar index is moving in a corrective structure since a long time. I will show you we have to follow the price action so that we can know the type of correction so that we can build up our trades and be in the right direction of the market. I want to study this piece of correction. This is a well-known, as I told you before, we have to see a well-known corrective structure so that we can build our trades based on these correction. This is a well-known structure known as expanded flat, where this is A, this is B, and this is C. After finishing the wave C, we have seen an impulse to the downside. This is our impulse to the downside, and as told you in the previous video, my own strategy in trading, starting with an impulse, a strong impulse in my direction, on my anticipated direction, then a correction should occur after that, after the price break the correction, I can trigger my orders. So we have an impulse, a really clear impulse to the downside. Then the correction that occurred is occurring currently in lower time frames. So let me show you our lower time frames so that we can understand what is happening. Let me zoom in 1 hour time frame. This is my impulse that I am talking about. To the moment I am in neutral in the dollar index, the impulse I'm talking about is like this. This is my impulse. I see it strong enough to consider it as an impulse. Then the correction started from this area, happening right there, as the price is vibrating in the sideways. My entry points should be like follows. After the price breaking this, this piece of correction might be triangle, might be flat like this. This is a triangle, the first possibility. The second possibility is flat like this, regular flat, and the third possibility is expanded flat. It might price go to this area before it goes down. So what I am doing in this moment is waiting for the price to exit this sideways movements. I will show some patience right there. So my orders will be triggered right there, so that the price will resume the correction to the downside. I will show you the targets. If my analysis goes as wishes, we should see lower price moving to the downside to this area, where we consider this as an A, this is B, and this is C. So my target will be discussed later on. That's all about dollar index, which is the most important market on the screen. Let's move into US. Let me discuss crude oil. I have chosen this market because it's very close to the dollar index. I will show you the similarities between this and that. Gold is moving the first piece as an impulse, then correction A, B, C, then correction A, B. Let me change the color. This is first impulse, then A, B, C, then A, B, C, and the price has to move to the downside to this area, so that the whole structure should be like this. This is A, this is B, and this is Z. Then we resume the movement to the upside. So what we care about at the moment is making our shorts downward to this level. So the price will continue moving to the downside, and our entry point should be after each correction to this level, so that the whole corrective structure is complete. Then we will kickstart to the upside. We might use the channeling for this purpose. So I will stop shorting from this area, or I will take my profits at this area, where the price action should be changed to the upside to continue this impulse, and we should see another impulse like this after the correction is complete. So I prefer to use a small position for shorting to this area, and after confirmation of the reversal from this area, we might go to the upside. Let's move into dollar, to the euro against the dollar. The same thing. I'm watching markets doing the same structure at the moment. This is A, B, and C. So we have a price action right there. I have seen an impulse which is strong enough to consider as an impulse, so that I will change my direction. This is an impulse, as I will show you. This is an impulse which is, I think it is strong enough that we anticipate the corrective structure. This is an expanding flat. This is A, this is B, and this is C, which has just completed. And then we see an impulse, and the starting to vibrate. So I am close to build up my long positions up to this area. So let me show you lower time frame, to 1 hour time frame. I have shown you in the 4 hour time frame is like this. This is the impulse which I have considered strong enough to change the direction. Then I will watch the correction, which might be like this in the form of a flat or triangle or zigzag, and then the price should kick started to the upside. Okay, so I'm waiting for this trend line to be broken up, and I will trigger my trades. So at the moment I am in neutral, watching closely this trend line to break up. Let's move into pound. The pound is moving correctively at the moment. We have moved to the downside in the form of ABC, then to the upside ABC. You might anticipate this movement to the downside, completing this. Either it should be regular flat, expanded flat, or zigzag. I don't know at the moment, but we can short very carefully. We can short very carefully from this area to this area. So we anticipating the price to complete this piece of correction around 29.40 at this area, and at this area we should see an impulse, strong impulse to the upside, so that we can join the up trend. There is a possibility here that we could not see the lower leg to the downside, where the price should act like this. Then the price is moving in this direction like this, where we can see price moving like this, smaller correction, then the price is kicking to the upside. So shorts should be very carefully, should be done very carefully, and our concentration and focus should be on long positions. The same is applied to the same thing is applied to the Aussie dollar, where we anticipating the price to move to this area before resuming to the downside. The same thing as Kiwi, New Zealand dollar. Complete this correction to this area, then going to the downside. Hope you doing well this week. Thank you, and see you in another market analysis. Goodbye.